Hey, what's up guys? In this Pure Fiction guide video, you will witness a showdown between the 4-star erudition puppet Herta and the new best DPS that has just been released, Acheron. Many of you asked me to put up a guide for Pure Fiction because there are only 8 days left until it ends and you can't really clear stage 4. So I thought about it. And here in a couple of minutes I will give you my best tips and tricks to help you clear stage 4 in Pure Fiction. And to make this even more interesting, I have prepared a showdown between Herta and Acheron. And as for the new season that started this week, I'll make a guide for it as well in a couple of days, so be sure to subscribe and follow up if you need some extra help. Alright, before we jump into the gameplay, let me show you my builds and teams I cleared with, and after I will give you some tips and tricks. Alright, starting with Herta. She has Himiko's 5-star light cone, nearly maxed traces and a random build. Although, I tried giving her as much crit rate and crit damage as I could, as she is the main damage dealer in the team. For Gallagher, I gave him 142% break effect and 56% outgoing healing. For light cone, I used Beiluz. Now for Ruan-Mei, she's as fast as possible. She has her own signature light cone, and for the relics she's actually built up with a full break relic set and energy regen rope. And for Bronia, I have random relics just to give her as much crit damage as I could with past and future light cone. One other thing worth to mention is that I speed tuned her to be a bit slower than Herta, and I also speed tuned Sparkle to be a bit slower than Acheron as well. This way my damage dealers have more turns in one cycle. Now as for my second team, I have signature light cone for Acheron. She's nearly maxed on traces. She has a pretty gnarly build, I'd say. She has 60% crit rate with 140 crit damage, and she has 12% extra crit from her planner ornaments and another 18% from her Eidolon 1. Sparkle, she has as much crit damage as I could give her, and I've also put Dance on her, so whenever she uses her ult, she advances the whole team forward. And for the other two teammates, I've put Pella with Resolution Shines as Pearls of Sweat, as she does more debuffs with it, and the Fire MC. The Fire MC has Trends of the Universal Market, because whenever enemies attack him, he will debuff them, so therefore Acheron will have more charges on her ult. Let's jump into the gameplay. For the first buff I used Blarney, and for the second one I used Flattery. You know guys, I can't stress to say this enough. Everybody should build Herta, as she's never gonna get power crept and you will always use her in Pure Fiction. Alright, here we're starting with Gallagher's technique. So Herta will start straight up with a follow-up attack. Big tip here, always focus on the elites, as the trash mobs will die anyway from the whimsicality effect. In the first half, most of the enemies you fight are weak to fire and ice attacks, so another nice tip here is you could use a combo between Himiko and Herta if you have both of them, or Topaz or Jingliu will also be effective in this fight. In this first half, focus on building up follow-up attack damage. Try to use follow-up attack or spam ults if you have the Flattery buff to accumulate damage and trigger Devious Flattery. Get it to 100% and you'll be able to do AoE attack that deals massive amounts of damage to your enemies. The ones we have here triggers twice whenever we build it up with follow-up attacks. And starting from the second wave, you will spawn Trotters. Every time you defeat the Trotters, probably you already noticed, you will get rewarded with bonus points, so make sure to defeat it obviously before it escapes. If you don't have Ruan-Mei to use as I did here, you can also use Ting Yun. She's very good at generating free energy for your main damage dealer. And if you don't have Bronia to advance your main damage dealer forward, you can use the other free-to-play option, Asta. You'll get her for free anyway from the game. Now in the meantime, check out Gallagher damage here combined with Herta. They basically cleared the whole wave. And now to wrap this up, I'm using skill here to trigger her follow-up attack, and now Gallagher will finish it up here with a basic attack. And this is still the third cycle, and we're at 20,000 points already, and also we spawned the boss. All we have to do from here is to get another 10,000 at least to make it even for the second team. But this will be easy because we have Gallagher to keep the team alive. If you don't have Gallagher and you're struggling to break these counter trees that are weak to fire, you can also use maybe the Fire MC or Guinaifen and even Himiko. If you're using Herta and Himiko in this particular stage, this combo, I think it will help you finish stage 4 without even needing a sustain. You know, a really nice thing here for me is that even if I attack with Herta and I get countered by the trees and she gets her HP down, she will always heal back up because of Gallagher. Fast forward a couple of moves. With this team comp, I've managed to get about 35,000 score. Here Gallagher is using his last move, followed by Herta's follow-up attack, and then 2 whimsicality effects. And that's how you do it. Alrighty, let's jump into the second fight. Let's see what Acheron can do. Pop Sparkle, and then let's use Acheron's technique for extra charging points on ult. Now, because of the buff we choose here, the most important thing is to charge Acheron's ult as fast as I can. And with this specific team comp, I'm able to do 1.5 ults per cycle. And this is very nice, as whenever I pop the ult, she will do enough damage to trigger the whimsicality effect. As you can see here, boom. Every time she ults, she'll trigger it. The second part is filled with lightning and imaginary weak enemies, so using other damage dealers like Imbibitor, Lunay or Kafka will be able to help you against both of them. In case you haven't noticed yet, starting from wave 2 you will start spawning the Straders, so you can start mashing them up, so you can get these bonus points. Another nice tip here that I could give you, different than in the first half, is that if you hit these TVs whenever they're happy, they will become angry. And when they're angry, they will do an AoE attack that will take away energy from all your characters besides attacking them. And if you keep them happy, say for example they're angry, you can attack them once and they will become happy. And if you keep them happy, whenever they act, they will give you free energy randomly. In my case here, my Acheron received energy and she doesn't really need it. Alright, fast forward here a couple of turns, as the only thing you see is same old fueling Acheron's ult, so I can trigger the whimsicality. Oh, by the way, another nice units you could use would be actually Jingyuan, you know? You could use Jingyuan with Sparkle, or you could use him with Bronya. But he's better off with Sparkle, as Sparkle buffs his Lightning Lord as well. If you don't really have any of them, you can actually build Serval, and she'll do quite nice. Her skill is a blast attack, which attacks 3 enemies, and her ult is also actually an AoE attack, which attacks all the enemies.
What? Bro, I'm out, man.
Hey, what is up everyone? Acheron came home, and here's how she changed me and my account forever. While everybody else is telling you how they do 1 million damage with Acheron, in this video I want to show you something different. I want to show you why Acheron is officially my favorite DPS in the game, why her team is not that restrictive as everyone else says, and show you how my level 70 Acheron, that isn't even maxed out on traces, and she even has random items, believe it or not even her preferred build, actually helped me clear Memory of Chaos 12 with ease. Acheron has amazing damage output, and after this video I hope you will also realize how free-to-play friendly she is and how easy it is to play her if you play her right.